ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Argus Hamilton's Comedy Store tonight. So glad to have viewers and so glad to have our audience with us tonight. And it's a privilege for me to introduce a comedian I just met in the last hour. And it was an interesting story. She kills them all over the country. And she is the granddaughter of former Secretary of State for both President Reagan and President Bush, James Baker. Rosebud Baker, ladies and gentlemen. Let her hear it. Good to have you here. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
What's going on with you now?
Well, I've been out in LA for a little while. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And I've been living there for about 13 years.
Yeah.
Talk about it like it's a prison sentence. I'm always talking about how long I've been in and when I'm going to get out. And then
Of LA or New York?
New York.
Okay.
And then you leave and you're like, I feel free, but I don't know how to live. You
Right.
know, it's a Shawshank situation. So, it's good to be here.
Did you develop at the New York comedy clubs?
I did.
Yeah.
I developed at actually specifically a club called LOL Comedy Club.
Yeah.
That was where I came up, and it was there were 5 different rooms, and each night you could do a spot in each room. So I would
Wow.
do 5 to 6 spots a night.
You could develop quickly that way. That's great.
Yeah. And the audiences hated us. It was
Really?
Yeah, it was a scam. So they would scam people into coming in to the club.
What was the scam?
The scam was they would tell them that Chris Rock was going to be there. And then I would come on stage. And they'd be getting charged $8 for tap water. So it was a real uphill climb.
What a coincidence, because I told this group that Chris D'Elia and Tom Segura was going to be with
Yeah.
us. And here you are.
Yeah, so happy to be here.
History repeats itself.
Yeah.
No, actually, one has a family problem, and one's wife went into labor today. So
Really?
we wish Chris D'Elia a happy child.
Yeah.
He's coming in. But anyway, you just reminded me of how we got this crowd here. But they're friends. Yeah, they're always here. So tell me about what do you like to talk about on stage now?
So I've always talked about what I'm going through at the time.
Yeah.
So last year I had to put a cat down. I had to put my cat down.
Oh.
Yeah, I like talking about that on stage. That's hilarious, right? No, it actually, I think there's something funny about all the bad stuff that happens. Like when my cat died, I was like, well, she sleeps 22 hours a day, so it's like 2 more hours. It's like, who gives a shit? I can't, I would try to spin it in a funny way.
Yeah.
I think that I have a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
So
do you apply that, say, to your family?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah. So obviously my grandfather is Republican.
Yeah.
I'm a liberal.
Yeah.
But I do think I feel like a hypocrite a little bit being a liberal because, it's like my sisters, they're all liberals and they'll be online and they're like, if you don't vote, you're being complicit. And I agree with them. But I'm like, Saudi oil money put us through college. I'm like, we're part of the problem. So, and I
That's
think
wonderful.
I try to make fun of it in that way, where I have like some conflicts about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, do you get along with your sisters?
I do. I don't know. Sort of. We've been through a lot. Like we're close because we've been through so much. And I have a sister that passed away. Oh. She passed away it's 15 years ago. So like everyone's okay now.
How many hours a day did she sleep?
Yeah. A lot now.
If we're gonna go dark, let's roll with
Let's
that.
fucking do it. Anyway, she's the sister I get along best with. She's a good listener, and I write jokes about all that stuff.
Yeah.
About all my sisters. I have a sister who's a nurse, and she's like a saint. And I think that no one like appreciates nurses as much as they do. They will. She's a real hero, and she'll tell you. Like whenever I call her, she's got a depressing story to tell me. She was like, "Oh, I pulled the plug on my favorite patient last week, and I was like, what do you do to the ones you don't like?
That's a good one for her.
Yeah.
Good. Give her right back to it.
She got pretty pissed about it.
She gets that attitude, I got the Dilaudid, I got the power.
Yeah. She can't even feel it. Yeah.
That's funny. So you got your sister? Do you have any brothers?
I don't.
Right.
No, I think my parents were trying for a boy, and they got twin girls.
You're a twin?
No,
Oh.
I'm not a twin.
Oh.
The twin is dead because I
Yeah.
guess one was a mistake. But
Natural selection, yeah.
that was too much. They were like, no. They were like, absolutely not. They were like, enough with the dead sister jokes. But yeah, I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
And so I'm power hungry.
How long have you lived in LA?
2 months now.
2 months?
Yeah.
If you're power hungry, if you're in LA, you're in the right town.
That's right.
This is a power seeker's town.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's
I
just a
found that
missile.
the difference from talking to New Yorkers, I get the feeling that New York is a city that fights back at you, okay?
Yeah.
And you're always struggling against it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something about LA. LA it's almost like right out of the Odyssey. LA has sets the biggest trap in the world for you.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you what you want.
Right.
And then you go right off the cliff with it.
Yeah.
Because most people are too emotionally immature to want the right thing.
Yeah.
And what they want, they get, and then over the cliff they go.
Yeah.
Here comes another one off the bus.
Absolutely.
Just
It's like
coming on.
cocaine. The whole town is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cocaine. You know?
Trust me, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to be beautiful, but we don't believe in that beauty sleep.
Yes. Yeah. I like it though. I like it because New York, New York does fight back, but it won't ignore you, And when LA ignores you is when a New Yorker will lose their mind about that. Because we're used to struggling. We're not used to peaceful boredom. That's what I struggle with.
Well, if you get bored in this town, just jaywalk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your blood going
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah, it makes me feel
Or
like
you
I'm...
join your sister.
Yeah. It'd be nice. We have great combos.
But New Yorkers are great dodgers of traffic. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, we live in the middle of a fucking freeway.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to live in New York City. You're just constantly exhausted and covered in blood. So,
Okay, so have you picked up any observations about Southern California since you moved out here? Anything?
Yeah, a couple. I just feel like everyone is, I don't know no one does anything. It feels like everyone's busy, but they're not doing anything. And I haven't figured it out yet. I'm like, I'll call people and I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, nothing. And I'll be like, do you want to go do nothing somewhere else, like on a mountain or something? And they're like, I can't. And I'm like, nobody's doing anything. They're all making Instagram stories in their homes. I don't know what the hell is happening out here.
Okay, here's a clue. Take the average, let's say $2,500 a month for a studio.
Right.
Okay. And all these kids out here are somehow able to afford that. Yeah. And and you notice that the traffic is always busy during what would normally be work hours.
Right.
Okay. You are living with a wealthy, huge population of young people with nothing to do but play on the phone and clog up traffic.
Right.
During the middle of the day.
On their phones.
When people should be working and out of my way.
Yeah. I know. There's so many people in this town. I've met so many people who are making money from literally their car with no shoes on, and just making massive checks, just cash in checks. Yeah. Like doing podcasts. It's amazing. It's actually the brilliant economy. I don't know how the fuck it exists, but oh my God, I want to make money like that. I just want to make money without having to put pants on and without having to fuck anybody.
Well, that's a tall order in this town.
Well, they seem to be doing it. I don't know how, but yeah.
Well, So that's a step up from Saudi oil money, I'd
It
say.
is. It's. I think so. I mean, it's lazier.
So what is it you want to do with your career? You want to do stand-up, sitcoms, movies? What do you want to do?
Well, I started as an actor in New York, and I did some off-Broadway shows and some independent films, and then I wanted to quit acting because I was like, I can't do this anymore. I would go into auditions, and no one talks like that, you know, like it's our baby, and I just would start laughing in the middle of the audition. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I tried, I was like, maybe I'll be a social worker or a dog trainer. And my friend, who's a comic, was like, you would be terrible at both of those things. You are not warm, you have no patience, and dogs don't even like you. So so he was like, why don't you try comedy? And I tried it, and I got just addicted to it.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years, and it's changed my whole life.
You get attention, you get power, you get laughter, which is love.
Yeah, I mean, power, it's, you know, we're still the least respected people in the entertainment industry, but...
Wait a minute. No. Let me tell you a question. I'll tell you something about L.A.
Yeah.
You are not only the most respected, you are the most resented. Okay?
Yeah?
Here's the
Comics?
deal. Yes, the most resented, because all the actors in this town, all the producers, the directors, they're all addicted to their two things: their need for their next job and their fear of losing this job. Okay?
Right.
But a stand-up comic can stand up there and make a living every night.
That's why I started,
They don't
yeah.
have to rely on anybody. They just rely on their own. And if they're able to do it, they will always work and they'll always make money. That's why actors hate us. For that reason, rock and rollers hate us, because we don't have to split the door 5 ways.
Right. Yeah. And we don't have to lug a drum set on stage.
No.
I look at musicians, I'm like, how do you do that every night? But yeah, that's why I started doing comedy, is because I just wanted to be able to perform when I wanted to without waiting for permission from someone.
Yeah. Well, walk lightly, because the actors are the infantry in this town. We're the cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that into...
Well, listen, I look forward to having you back on the show and getting your progress down. Where are you going to be performing soon?
Well, I'm going to be in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, in March 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
And I will be, I'll be filming. I'll be back here in Los Angeles filming a new show for the rest of March. And I have a new podcast coming out called Devil's Advocate with Rosebud Baker on All Things Comedy Network.
Oh, you got Bill Burr?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So that'll be March 3rd. That's dropping.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're an attractive lady, and you're funny, and that should take you a long, long way if you'll just work hard at it.
Thank you so much.
And you've always got us to come back to anytime you want to plug something.
Hell yeah.
All right, give it up to Rosebud Baker.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Very good. Let's have our picture taken here.
Oh, yeah.
Stand.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Give it again. Rosebud Baker.
Thank you, guys.